Afternoon and welcome back to another Supercoach video. So today we got the Ruck rankings for this season to go on to next. Similar things, we've got pre-buy versus post-buy, positive Supercoach dependency ratio, and the official player ratings for Ruckman. So that's everything. Again, so if you wanted to pause it and just go through all of them individually there, it's fine. Biggest positive pre and post differential was actually Finlayson, 16.7. That was due to him becoming a ruck. So he's cheaper than his 90 average when he was in the ruck. I think he's priced at about 80. So it could be a little cheapy option if you're really desperate. Not for me, but if you like those cheap options in the ruck, yeah, he's probably a good one to look, well, at least to keep an eye on. Rowan Marshall, he jumped up 5.3. That was because Ryder went down, I believe. I think he went down at the buys or just after the buys or something. So his average went up. Also did help. I think he had like a I want to say 70, 180 or something. And another 150 a couple of weeks later. So definitely does help. Luke Jackson +4. So it's pretty much the same except the games that he didn't have gone. And the last game of the season he went big too. So it's not a whole lot of difference there. Big O, another positive, +4. I know a few people traded him in, probably regretting it, but you went better than Jackson if you went down that route. Darcy Cameron +2.8. A few of his games in the post, he got stuck forward, and he wasn't getting much CBAs from memory, so that hurt. But yeah, if you picked him up right when he peaked, it's like you did well with that pick. And Sean Darcy actually next best 1.9, so averaged over 100 pre and 100 post. So that's actually that's a lot better than what I thought personally. But yeah, so that's biggest positives. The biggest negatives: Tim English, he fell off hard. Got ill. I think there was an injury as well. Could be wrong. But the illness hurt him quite a bit. I think he lost like 8 kilos or something. Like he really struggled with that. And yeah, damage had been done. Yeah, 91 average. The back end, it's nearly 30 points. It's hurts. Especially those that brought him in after that one game. I think it was against West Coast. He went like 120, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, cool, yeah." Didn't quite work out that way, unfortunately. Jarrett Witt's -21. I think it's probably just a combination of his body plus other coaches realising, okay, this is what he can do, try and counter it and stuff like that. I think he had like weeks where he would go really good and really shit, really good, really shit. And that hurts, especially when you had a 119 pre. Max Gorn -9.5. So he obviously had that syndesmosis, but he did come back. Scored okay some games, and other games it was pretty shit. He's got a 40 or a 30 or something in one of those games. So yeah, that really hurt his post average. But he only missed 2 games, I think. So it's still 106 post. It's a lot better than Wits and English. So I think it was the best post by Ruck, at least by the averages of the players that I've done here. So yeah. So Nank -6.4. He dropped off. So I think Soldo came back. That hurt him. He gives away a lot of free kicks, at least in the games that I watch. Yeah, he just doesn't care. He just does what he wants. It's good to watch, but not for Supercoach. Riley O'Brien -2.2. So he was really good. He did get dropped for he wasn't playing up to the coach's standard. think he came back and dropped a 170 or something. I think it was on Geelong, I think. But yeah, to have 100 pre and 100 post, it wouldn't have been a bad pick if you'd actually had him, and maybe a cheeky one to look into for next season. And then Blitzarves, he's one where he's like the jack of all trades. You see him tag some weeks and he's back, and I think I might have seen him forward or half forward or something at some point. It's really tough to have him as like your R1 or R2. But definitely not a bad pick if you can get him in another position. But I mean, you got Stewart, he's gonna have defender status, so you probably pass on him. Biggest Supercoach to fantasy differentials. You'll notice with these, they're more your hit outs to advantage type players. Goldstein with 21.6. So I didn't watch too much of Goldie, but I mean, his Supercoach average, it's it's better than a few of them, but you want it to be 95 plus. Like Sean Darcy, Jared Witts, they're hit outs, they're your pure rucks. They're not like your Gorns and Englishes where they do stuff around the ground. Luke Jackson plus 13. He's just a mobile ruck. He just he gets around. And when he's on, he actually produces some good scores, which is alright. Finlayson, I watched him maybe twice. I mean, your average is going to go up if you go from a forward to a ruck. So if he has that role, if he's that pure ruck next season, he's a cheeky option. Nankervis, similar, a few hit outs. He loves getting the ball. I think he actually kicks a goal too, which is nice. But yeah, he's got to watch with Soldo if he gets in. McInerney needs a hit out. Can kick the odd goal, which is nice. But yeah, 78. That's same with Finlayson and Jackson. It's low fantasy. And Maxi Gorn, he gets around the ground. He's got a 103. He just does everything. Can kick a goal, but he just gets the ball. I think he had a 30 plus disposal game. And for a ruckman, like that's huge. Like at the game against Sydney, he scored like 198 or something. He was just doing everything. Like that was his ball that day, and we need that from ruckman. So yeah. Highest player ratings. So this is by the official player ratings. Just got the top 8 that have the average here. So English is first. Witts, Riley O'Brien, Todd Goldstein, Max Gawn, Sean Darcy, Blitzarves, and Finlayson. So if you're into player ratings, those are your top 8s for the averages. So who am I starting next season? Just based on what I've got in front of me and in my mind and what I want from ruckman. I want ruckman that actually go and do stuff around the ground. They're not just your pure ruck taps, because when they don't, they become a liability in the team. Supercoach, maybe not on the field, not to a certain extent. So I'm pretty happy with starting Gawn in English next season at this stage. Next, I'd take Witts over Sean Darcy just because Witts does a little bit more around the ground. But when Darcy is on, which is why I've got him at 2.5, when Darcy is on, he is one of the best, if not the best. But he's not always at his best. And when I watch him, when I owned him, if he's not getting those hit outs, he's just walking to the next contest and it looks bad. So I've got him at 2.5 just because I'd take Sean Darcy over the next 4. So Riley O'Brien is again a cheeky option. Does he improve, or do you just want a cheaper option that should hopefully average 100 plus for the season? I think that's him. Similar with Blitzarves, I think he might crack a ton. If not, you won't get any lower than 95. But 100 does look better on a screen than a 90. Toby Nankervis without Soldo, yeah, maybe. I don't think everyone would be rushing towards Nankervis as a starting ruck, and I've got Rowan Marshall here, which people may agree or may disagree on. I'm not one of those people that is rushing to start him. Like as soon as the Supercoach opens, yep, Rowan Marshall done R1, yep, see you later. I'm not doing that yet. Mainly because even without, like he averaged 109 or something without Patrick Ryder, and now that Ryder's gone, I believe he retired. His games, like he'd average like 80, 90, like mid 80s to high 90s, and then he'd have those explosive games where he'll drop a 170 and then a 130, but those games are spaced out. So, and with the inclusion of Tom Campbell in that last game, who I believe had 55% CBAs to Marshall's 45, I think it was somewhere around that. It was close to 50-50. That also spooked me a bit. I mean, look, you can have him there at the beginning, but I like if Campbell's there, if Saints are set on having two rucks, I'm not going near Marshall. Like he's not a Gorn where he's going to average 105 at a minimum or a 110 minimum with a second ruck. I don't see him as at that level yet. So yeah, I wouldn't jump on him just yet. So that's it for rucks. Quicker sort of video, which is why I got this one out early. The forwards and the defenders will be done after like a week and another week, just because I can really. And so yeah, that's it. Yeah, so thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.